Very good morning to you. It's just me, Scottie McCLUE, and I thought I'd say hi to every single one of you. Lovely to have you with us, and a very warm welcome to our random pop up this Thursday morning, Thursday, the 7th of April. The time just coming up to 5 minutes to 10. There we are. Fantastic stuff. Good morning, Scottie. Ruben's on first. Yes, Ruben, you are on first this morning. And that is just amazing. Welcome, I say. So lovely to have you with us, and a massive dinky-do. Now then, you'll see the slight changes in the YouTube title this morning. So there you have it. So have a look at that as well and work out what's what. Good morning, Scottie, says the wonderful Ruben. You are very quick on there this morning. Ruben, just out of interest, do you have your notifications set for that? Because that was incredibly quick. There we are. We just pressed the button. Now, who have we got here? Here's Stephen. Stephen says, hi, Scottie Dinky-Doo. I'm watching from Istanbul in Turkey. How fabulous is that? Now, am I right in thinking that it's a stunningly beautiful city and that you have the Bosphorus flowing through the middle of it? How amazing is that? Dinky-Doo, there's John Boy has joined us. Dinky-Doo, John Boy. Lovely to have you with us. Hi, Scottie. It's Ryan from Northern Ireland. Remember me? Ryan, of course I remember you. I remember all our TikTokers. You're beautiful people. You've no idea how fantastic. This has gone beyond all wildest dreams. This started during the first lockdown as a bit of fun, and it's now a massive bit of fun because every day is finding out that we're here. There we are. Does the Soviet Union have anything to do with Putin? Well, the Soviet Union is a kind of old-fashioned term, the USSR. Things have changed quite a bit, but I think the problem is Mr. Putin is a bit dischuffed with the way things are going in the world. So he thought he'd defend his territory, but I'm not sure that was really the way to do it. We need to sort out the propaganda and find out who's who. But the most important thing we must never do is demonize Russia or the Russian people. So there we are. We just need to find out what the problem is with the leaders. Very busy place, Scottie. Absolutely, Stephen. I'm so glad you're there. And it's lovely to hear from you from Istanbul. I'm here as well, Scottie. Don't be dinging me. Professor Numpty Head, when have you ever been dinged? For goodness sake. What do you think the world should do about Russia? Well, I think they need to say to Mr. Putin, look, don't dodge the chats. Don't think that you're bigger than the rest of us. Come and have a chat. Tell us what your beef actually is. I said this to two vegans that were arguing outside my house one day. I said, where's the beef? Now, hi from Belfast. Good morning, vegan from Belfast. I didn't tell that joke just because you were on vegan. Do you think the Soviet Union should return? Well, no, the old Soviet Union, see, those people have broken away and they don't really want to go back. People are not keen on oppression. And, when world leaders oppress, I mean, look what happened in 1789. They just dragged them out and cut their heads off. Now, that's a bit harsh, that sort of thing. So, I mean, world leaders have to walk a tightrope. That's what it's about. There we are, Dinky-Doo. Ha, good timing. Thank you. Yes, excellent timing, Vegan. It wasn't aimed at you, I promise you. I hadn't actually seen you there. So there you are. Fit you seeing big stuff. Old school. How lovely to have you with us this morning, and a big Dinky-Doo from Scottie McCLUE. Hello, Shanky. Hello, Shanky. Hello from Aberdeen. Aberdeen. Right, guys, I need you to go on to the Scottie McCLUE YouTube channel and subscribe and tell me what you think of the new title. There we go. I'm here as well. So there we are. I'm here as well, Numpty Head. Hello from Aberdeen, Leanne. Fit like for Aberdeen. Fit's happening. Who's your do's? Fit's happening this morning. Are you chaffing a while, lass? I can. That Queenie there for Aberdeen, Leanne, Ken. There we are. Follow us, guys, as soon as you possibly can. We need follow, 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 follow. Now, I've popped up. I need to know an answer. I was out and took a photo yesterday, did a little video on the TikTok and the YouTube of the transmitter. And, well, it's not the transmitter. Somebody corrected me. It's the aerial, it's the mast. The transmitter's obviously at the base. But we talk about that in the media as the transmitter because that's the bit you see. You see, so that's the thing. And I want you to tell me where you think it is. Dinky-Doo, old school Dinky-Doo to you. Lovely to have you with us. Ex-Cutie, thank you so much for following. Everybody get following Scottie McCLUE. So there we are. Morning, Scottie. Dinky-Doo, nae bad yourself. Chaffnawa. Hiya, Chaffnawa, Leon. Have you had your breakfast? I would suggest maybe a couple of softies and, you know, maybe a battery or two. Yes, and a rowie. Okay, there we are. Nae bad. Fantastic. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Big style. When you come on, you think, get following this guy because this is big and we're not going anywhere. We're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Thanks to you. Pardon me, week off there. Well, I haven't taken a week off, just a few days. Fine, starving now. I'm starving and I think I'll join you. I think we'll maybe crisp up the rowies in the toaster, Leon. Ken. Evening, Lord Duke of Dundee. Dinky-Doo. Lovely to have you with us. Is it the Black Hill one, Scottie? Well, numpty heed, I don't actually want to say yay or nay at the moment till we have more suggestions. Hey everyone, Ollie from Ireland, Dinky-Doo. Ha ha ha, says Leanne. Are you loving this, Ken? She's a great queen, that. Which part of Scotland are you in? I'm in the West Coast, Gibby. You know, so good stuff there, Gibby. I'll tell you who was Gibby was Guy Gibson, the Dam Buster. Did you know that? He was known as Gibby. Going to the YouTube now, Scottie, to follow you. Stephen McMahon, I thank you so much. And do tell me what you think of the new title. There we are. Can it be Craig Kelly? It doesn't look like it. Well, numpty heed, I don't want to, as I say aye or nay. Because I'll tell you, well, we have a better saying in Scotland. I don't want to say one thing or the other. Ichi or oche. Have you heard that one? I don't want to say ichi or oche. There we are. Dinky-Doo, absolutely. Yes, indeed. We get all the utilities there. Did you watch the old film, Scottie? I'm not too bothered about that, Jaden. I think we should disband the old firm and have Glasgow United. And anybody fighting should get a lifetime sentence and a ban for life from football. So, well, if they're in the slammer, they're not going to be fighting at a football match, are they? I mean, Fife, Ken, Craig Kelly, Ken. Absolutely not to eat, Ken. Thanks, Scottie. Not at all, Stephen. Just so lovely to have you with us, as it is to have all our beautiful contributors. But this is very, very special, what we're doing here, because it's laying the trail, laying the basis for a massive world talk show. And as you know, we can discuss everything. I mean, we're selective in our subjects, and I feel, that the mainstream media is failing you. It's not necessarily giving you everything you want. Where are the talk shows? You know what I mean? Have you ever been to Amsterdam? I have been to Amsterdam, Ruben. Ja, kom in te huis. Weet je een kop thee hebben? En een willing mijn klompen. Ja? Ja. There we are. Love Amsterdam. So stunningly beautiful. All right, Scottie, for Ayrshire, for Julian Steff. Julian Steff, how lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Thoughts on Celtic beating Rangers? Well, may the best team win, I always say. You know, and Celtic do pretty well, don't they? They've been doing very, very well. Could it be the transmitter in Selkirk? You'd pass on your pensioners' day out. Well, numpty, I don't know anything about pensioners' days out, but you'll know all about them, of course, on the bus trip, assuming the weather's okay. You can actually see beyond the end of your nose out the bus window. Out the bus window, I say, sorry, mustn't be coarse on here with the speech. Ken, morning, Lala, from Martin and Emma. Good morning, Martin. How lovely to have you with us. And DINKY-DOO. Martin, tell me what you think of the new YouTube channel title. All right, see if you can find it, Scottie McCLUE. So there we are. Scottie, I'm at home and sore, still aftermath of the COVID all these weeks. Kareem, you need to get strong and well. Kareem, you've just become a top viewer and you're sending me these beautiful, beautiful gifts on TikTok. You're sending April, you're sending weights, you're sending a wishing bottle, a mini speaker, a football. How good is that? It's just incredible. Thank you so much. Now, the wish list, what's the wish list telling us? It's saying, yes, I think the wish list is working, Kareem. I'll check it out, but it's incredible. Morning, everybody, and a very, very warm welcome. If you've just joined us, you're watching Scottie McCLUE, the first lord of the internet. Never scroll and never troll. That's what it's about. Welcome to our beautiful Ruben. Thank you for sending me 20 red roses. That's such a lovely, lovely, generous thing to do. Hello, DINKY-DOO, my lovely wee Mrs. Woman. How are you? I thought you were away touring the country in your bus. That's lovely to have you with us, wee Mrs. Woman. Although you can tour the country in your bus and still watch Scottie McCLUE these days. You know, there's never say never, I say. Hello to you, I say to you, wee Mrs. Woman. It's so good to know that you're there. Did you say you made a new YouTube channel? Yes, Martin. So there you are. You'll need to go on and see if you can find it. Put in Scottie McCLUE, see what comes up, and tell me what you think of it. All right? Do that for me, please, Martin. Scottie, the cost of living's now kicking in and affecting society. Kareem, of course it is. We're going to have to make very, very big moves ourselves. We're going to have to put the power off whenever we possibly can. We're going to have to think about how do we do without the power? How can we keep down our consumption of gas and electricity to almost zero? So I think you're going to need probably somewhere to charge on mobile, maybe somewhere for the television, but anything else, the fridge probably, things like that. But if we cut down to an absolute minimum, when the winter comes, we wrap up really, 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 really warm, because we cannot be paying these prices. It's ridiculous. Scottie, should all TV presenters go back to shirt and ties instead of all the fashionable clothes? Well, I'm not wearing a tie at the moment. I could probably find one and put it on, but I'm not wearing one at the moment. But yes, is the answer. I think people need to start dressing up properly, and we need to start trusting our media. The media needs to get its act together and start giving us facts. There we are. Scottie, the cost of living's getting beyond a joke. It's ridiculous, Pinky, but we could all lose a bit of weight. There's the wonderful Donald Weller has sent me weights. Thank you, Donald. Hey, Scottie. Scottie, where's your favorite place to visit abroad? I think probably Crete. I think somewhere in the Med. If I was going abroad. There he is, the big man, says Gracel. I love the Scots, says Finland. Hello from Wales, from Cymru. Yes, indeed, lovely to have you with us. And I say to you, Yakida and Borada. There we are. Follow us as soon as you can. Thank you very much. Scottie, have you ever been to America? No, but I'm being told, mainly by the American people, I must go and present their late night radio and their television. America loves Scottie McCLUE. So it could be one for the future, but we could maybe do it there. We'll see. Kareem, Scottie McCLUE, they're on about energy bills going up again in the autumn. Is there nothing we can do? Kalilio, there is lots we can do. We can virtually stop consuming energy and just leave them. You know what I mean? And say either get the price down or come and take the whole lot out. Scottie McCLUE, the voice of world. a radio talk show. Yes, Kareem, what do you think of that? What do you reckon? Could I phone you? Well, we're not opening the lines just now, Martin. I don't think. We'll maybe open a little bit later. I just thought I'd pop that up and see what you thought. Let's see what else we can put up here and see what you think. I'm going to pop up another one here. There we are. Wonderful stuff. Did you hear about the claustrophobic astronaut? He just needed a little space. I see what you just did there. I love all that sort of stuff. That's my kind of joke because we all need a little space. And people say that, don't they? Have you noticed there's kind of modern speak? And people look for that. Can I just get some space, please? You think, what do you mean some space? There's nothing of you. You're tiny. What do you mean space? I just need a bit of space. I just need to clear my head. My head's getting done in. My head's getting done in. That's another one, isn't it? No, I think we're looking for closure there. We need closure. You have to move on. You're going to have to move on. There we are. There's nothing to see here. Are you still on about that? All that sort of stuff. What's your favorite kind of modern speak that you think doesn't really mean anything? Follow us, guys. Thank you very much, Pimp. Pimp there. The media would have you depressed. Well, Pinky, this is why we started the Scottie McCLUE pop-ups and the phone-in, because mainstream media is failing the people. You know what I'm saying to you? So there we are. Hello from California. You could do radio from my camper. I'll make the tea. We Mrs. Woman. You actually can. I used to drive into these big radio stations which had millions of pounds worth of equipment which I operated. And now you just get your phone out. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, how's your day been? Sparkles, the day's outstanding. And it's just getting better all the time as you beautiful people come and join me. Let's see what's happening here. Now then, that's better, Scottie. Yes, indeed, I think so. My lecky has went down. I think you mean gone down, numpty head. How did you ever become a professor? My lecky has gone down since I left my telly down at the caravan. Well, it will do. And you'll not need much to watch Scottie McCLUE. This is all the media that people actually require, because it's you and me. What's not to like? The thing at the bottom of your writing. Oh, you like that one? I see. Yes, I can see your face better. Oh, thank you, Martin. Yes, was it covering my face? Dinky-Doo, Scottie. What did you want to be as a child, Scottie, old boy? Lane, I wanted to be a broadcaster as a chap. I built my first radio station when I was 9, and I thought, I'm going to go on television and radio. There we are, fantastic. But I had to do my training, and I was an actor and a theatrical, all these things. If we have more turbines or more nuclear power, there will still be people moaning about eyesores. Oh, listen, there'll always be people moaning. Don't think you'll get rid of people moaning. That doesn't happen. Did you hear why the Scarecrow was promoted? No. He was outstanding in his field. I love it. I see what you just did there. Thank you, Sparkles, for joke of the day. I absolutely hate woke. Yes, now we Mrs. Women never hate anything, because you're shutting off an avenue of learning. All right, so you never, ever hate anything. But I know what you mean. You can thoroughly dislike. And the word woke just means nothing. It's woke. It doesn't really mean anything. Is it a positive or a negative if you're woke? There we are. Now, what have we got here? What do you mean is the captions, Martin? The caption at the bottom. I don't understand the words based or ratio. Well, no, they're quite old words, actually, Sparkles. a ratio 2-to-1 reduction. What's the ratio for the gearbox on that engine? It's a 2-to-1 reduction. Aha! Good morning, Scottie from sunny Pitlochry. Hi, B. Dave. I'll come in at 11 o'clock and I'll get a pan of mince. I'll get half a dozen beef sausages. I'll get a packet of dripping, a dozen fresh free-range eggs through the farm along the road. I'll get a wee fillet steak for my tea, and I'll get now wait a minute, I'll get a big bone. If I had the dug, I would get a bone for the dug. Would you give me the bone if I bought that lot? That's what we're running. It's one of Happy Dave down in the butchers there at Pitlochry. Fantastic. We love it. I wanted to be a broadcaster too. Well, we, Mrs. Woman, newsflash, you are one because you're on Scottie McCLUE. You need to give me a wee phone and we'll get chatting. We ever initiated into a tribe, Scottie? I've always thought the Berber people, the desert people, were very nice. Have I got that right? The Berbers. There we are, that sort of thing. As a tribe, well, you see, if you're a member of a Scottish clan, you're effectively in a tribe, you know? So that's the thing I say. Do you think it will rain for 40 days and 40 nights in your next weather forecast, Scottie? Well, you see, I read the Bible, and I see that they said it rained for 40 days and 40 nights. And I think, but this is normal in Scotland. You know, and you know, 40 days and 40 nights would be amazing in Scotland. That would cut down on the rain substantially. So what have we got here? Good morning, good morning. Good morning, why did, I don't know, what's why did, hi, Dave. Where do fascist dictators come from? Not the sea. No, they're not fascist, Lane. They're fascists. There might be something fishy about them, but they're fascist. I remember asking my mother about Sir Oswald Mosley and his black shots. And I said, what was he like, Mother? And she said, oh, he was a perfect menace. There we are. Now then, Robert, you must never assume everybody has your lifestyle. There we are. And you know I don't drink alcohol. Of course. Thank you, Jaime Dave. So there we go. Now there's FIFA. FIFA's selling some junk. Does anybody want FIFA's junk? I think we'll just dump them. There we are. We're just going to block you, FIFA, because I don't think you belong here. There we are. FIFA's away down the Swanee. Thank you, Mrs. Woman. Good suggestion. He's just gone his toast. Half-witted idiot. Pablo has come on. Scottie, you're up early. Did you catch the worm? I'm always up early. I'm just broadcasting early. In fact, yesterday morning, I think we were on at 8:20 or something like that. Hello, Scottie McCLUE. Kareem, how lovely to have you with us. DINKY-DOO and a very good morning. Kareem, what do you think of the new channel? It was a joke, Scottie. Oh, I see. It was a joke. What was the joke? Wait a wee minute. It was a joke. Oh, Fisher's Dictators. I get you. Of course it was a joke. Send the trolls down the Swanee, says Sparkles. Sparkles, your wish is my command. The trolls have gone down the Swanee. Scottie, thank you for doing these live pop-ups. The new name is good. Do you think so, Kareem? I'll tell you, I've had so many people saying, why is your YouTube channel not massive? Because you're huge across the world. And I had a look at it yesterday, and it could be as simple as the title and the hashtags. So the title, Scottie McCLUE, the internet phone-in. Nobody's looking up the internet phone-in. But somebody might be looking up talk show, radio, Scottie McCLUE, you know, that sort of thing. And who knows, but we'll see, Kareem. It's not the end of the world, but I thought we've really got nothing to lose because we've only got something like 3,000 subscribers. And it's been there for years, you know. Real Anonymous, thank you for my beautiful red roses. Real Anonymous has just sent me a massive, massive gift on the TikTok live. And he sent me 33 red roses. Harry Billions has sent me red roses as well. Harry, thank you so much. Harry has just sent me 8 beautiful red roses plus another one. There we are. DINKY-DOO, fierce, confident soul has joined us. Follow us, guys, as soon as you come on. Harry Billions, what are you like? And real anonymous, sending me all these gifts. And there's Harry Tangerine. Oh my goodness me, I'm getting spoiled on the TikTok, guys. Thank you very, very much for your kindness, your thoughtfulness, and your generosity, sending Scottie McCLUE these beautiful gifts on TikTok. Hi from Beku. Where's that mud bank? Tell us a bit more. I got to take the kids to the doctors. He's been poorly, had antibiotics. Now his walking's not been the same. Working hard with him today, but I want answers, even though he's improving every day. Ah, Pablo. Yes, indeed. We send strength to you and to the Azerbaijan. Aha! We love Azerbaijan. Thank you. We are Legion. Robstar, Bobstar. How are you? We should rename the old town in Edinburgh to the new town as it's been ruined with the new builds. The new town can then be the new old town. Well, do you know, listen, you've come to the right place, Numpty Hood. If we're ever discussing important things, we discuss them on Scottie McClue's lives. You well know that. So there you have it. Thanks, not at all, Pablo. Lovely to hear from you and DINKY-DOO. There we are. Tell them to take probiotics. Antibiotics are against the body. I know you're real anonymous. Antibiotics are a kind of one size fits all. And as we know with human beings, one size does not fit all. But sometimes if you start them, you've got to get them down. You have to clear the infection. Probiotics, of course, wonderful. Pablo, hope he gets better, the wee soul. Thank you, Kareem. You're very, very kind. Kareem is such a nice person. Top of the morning to you, Scottie. Thank you. We Mrs. Women, Mike's just brought me up a coffee. Another 5 minutes, perhaps. Another 5 minutes, we Mrs. Women. And then, if you want to get on, you need to get on because you'll have the high dusting to do. Even getting the low dusting done is quite good. Top of the morning to you, Scottie, says Savage Scotsman. Aye, laddie, says Robstar Bobstar. That's the stuff. We love you in Azerbaijan. Thanks, guys. He had a bad infection, 3 bugs at once. Hopefully it's just rest and the rehabilitation he needs. Pablo, you'd be amazed at the power of rest and rehabilitation. I've got baby budgies to clean out. We Mrs. Women. I used to go and see friends, and one night they left me sitting in their sitting room, and this voice said to me, "Shut up! Shut up!" And I thought, who's taking the mince out of me? Not a soul to be seen. Then the voice said, "Shut up, Maxwell, 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 Maxwell." And it was a beautiful wee budgie that talked, and it was in the same room as the television. So the family were quite accustomed to saying, "Maxwell, shut up. Maxwell, Maxwell. Have you managed to steer clear of the COVID, Scottie? Touch wood," he says, patting his head and trying to hope not to get a scalp. Up till now, but just who knows what the future brings. We have to have caution at all times. So there we have it. Grow. Thank you, Anom. We are trying to grow everything on here. Scottie, if you were the Wizard of Oz, what character would you have been? Probably Dorothy. I'll have a think, or maybe the Wizard. There we are. Or I might have been a Munchkin. Yes, they are little characters. So there we are. They are beautiful. I'll tell you what I did see. I went to the circus recently, and the ringmaster came up and shook hands with me. An absolute delightful man. And I realized who it was. I'd interviewed him on the radio about, almost 30 years before, 28 years before. He said, "Hello, how are you?" I said, it's Scottie. He went, "Yes, I know." And I hadn't seen him for years. And he does a wonderful act with little budgies. and they go on their seesaws and their swings and everything. Beautiful, and he's such a nice man. So there we are, and he was the ringmaster. Scotty, I need to ask a question. I got COVID, and I'm not sure if I should go to the football or not. Well, if you're testing that you're clear, then you can go to the football. And if you've had it, I would imagine built up some antibodies. But I still think we have to be cautious. Uh, there we are. Now, I need to go for the rolls, Scotty. Years ago, there would have been papers in that statement. You go for the papers. Nobody seems to bother with the papers. Away down. So there we are. Dinky-Doo. There's Scott has joined us. Hi, Scotty. Hi, Scott. How lovely to have you with us. Has everybody followed me? Are you famous, says NCFC? Well, NCFC, I've never called myself famous. I mean, obviously I am, because 2 billion people know Scottie McClue worldwide. So that's like a quarter of the world's population know about Scottie McClue. So that's pretty famous. But I've never sort of called myself famous, because I'm just Scottie McClue. And that's it, really. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. We might be more famous if everybody subscribes to the YouTube channel and follows me on TikTok. Real Anonymous, that's what it means. No wonder I'm tired, says wee Mrs. Women. No wonder. I've 5 budgies right now and a parrot, the dog and the husband. They all keep me very busy. Who's the biggest talker? Because, the dogs talk. They might not they might be kind of non-verbal, but boy, does a dog talk. I used to say to Clyde, I were going down to the park, Clyde, and he never ever barked, this wee dog. And he would go, oh. So do you want to go to the park? Oh. All that sort of chat. So there we are. So I want to know if the parrot, the budgies, the husband, or the dog is the biggest talker. There we are. They all keep me very busy. Scotty, can you name 3 Jimmies? Of course I can. My dear old friend, sadly no longer with us, Lord Gordon of Strathblane, Jimmy Gordon. Yes, the former managing director of Radio Clyde, very successful in business, and ended up in the House of Lords. So Jimmy Gordon. Then who else have we got? My dear, wonderful band leader, Jimmy Shand. Jimmy Shand. Sir James Shand. Just tremendous. So there's another Jimmy for you. And then when I was wee, there was a lovely folk duo called Robin Hall and Jimmy McGregor. And Jimmy McGregor, I think Jimmy's still with us, became an outstanding broadcaster and used to do McGregor's Gathering on Radio Scotland. And then I think they changed it to The Gathering, and that was Jimmy McGregor. Robin's no longer with us, sadly, Robin Hall, but they were lovely. They used to sing songs like Coulter's Candy, Ali Bally Bee. There we are. Wonderful stuff. Robin Hall and Jimmy McGregor. So there's 3 Jimmies, 3 Scottish Jimmies from one from the East Coast, Ochtermuchte and East Weems, and the other 2 from the West Coast. There we are, Jimmy Gordon, Jimmy McGregor, and Jimmy Shand. How have I done with that one? There we are, wonderful stuff. And now who have we got? Dinky-Doo, wee Mrs. Women, he's the man. The husband does talk. Does that count? The husband talks. Absolutely. Yes. Does he repeat things that you say, Mrs. Women? So you say, would you like a cup of tea? Does husband say, cup of tea? Would like a cup of tea? I've met many ringmasters. Some are noble. So there we are. Real Anonymous. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about the ringmaster of the circus. This man is very, very noble. The parrot's the biggest talking. He shouts, hello, tickle, tickle, a boy, goodbye, goodbye. Do you see I voiced 2 pheasants in the garden on the TikTok videos? And there's one, Jimmy, we won't mention. Oh, savage Scotsman. We will never, ever mention him again. See you, Jimmy, Dinky-Doo, sitting in your mammy's knee, greeting for a wee bobby to buy some Coulter's candy. That was it. There we are. I don't know anything about that savage. I've never come across a ringmaster and that sort of stuff. Hi, mate. You're from the Highlands. Well, I suppose I'm more from the lowlands than the Highlands. But if you're from the Highlands, I'll greet you with a Gaelic greeting. I'll say to you, Camera ha 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 ma, falchi falchi ki de mille falchi. Don TikTok, agus YouTube, agus Twitch. Yes, indeed. Are you a taxpayer? If you pay tax on your betting slip, yes, numpty heed. I imagine you are. Scottie, love the video about law, the law village. I would urge everybody to have a look at that, to put into YouTube Scottie McCLUE Law Village. Did you get a smile, Scott? Even if Scottie doesn't want to acknowledge it, I still respect him. Real anonymous, I respect you. Fantastic, no problem at all. There we have it. Dinky-Doo, come and join us, everybody. Lovely to have you with us, and very, very warm welcome to you. What was your claim to fame before you were famous, Scottie? My claim to fame before I was famous was I got to be the assistant general manager of Pitlochry Festival Theatre. I worked for 4 years with Scottish Opera. I worked for 5 years in a bank. All these things, you see, it was wonderful. In fact, I'll tell you, I was seeing they've just reopened the Burrell Collection in Glasgow. And I was the master of ceremonies at the original opening of the Burrell Collection when they first started to form the collection. I introduced the first curator. What do you think of Channel 4 getting privatised? I'm anxious about it, Tad. And I was also anxious about how little the politicians knew about it when they were speaking in the House of Commons the other day. So I wasn't impressed with that at all. I'm a great fan of Channel 4 because they question Channel 4 News. In fact, I hope I don't get shot down by the other mainstream broadcasters here, but Channel 4 News, I would have said, was the most outstanding news, particularly presented by Jon Snow. So it was very good for putting people on the spot. Brilliant, brilliant journalism, you know. And I did think about working for Channel 4 at one point. So there, and may still well do. Who knows what the future brings? But no, I don't know about the privatization, because what happens? I've been part of commercial television and radio channels when they've been bought. And I've never seen that purchase as a good thing for the channel, right? I've never actually seen that as a good thing for the channel. It doesn't work out well because a lot of people who purchase assets start to strip them out. How can we do this a lot cheaper? And of course, the quality and the value then drops. And a lot of the people involved in that are business people and not media people. And that's a nuisance as well, because they don't understand what they're dealing with. You know, so I'm afraid, yes, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But Channel 4, as it stands, is an excellent broadcast channel. That's what I will say to you. And we'll see what the future brings. But what can happen? It might just go to some huge autonomous company who pay the money, because it's not actually big money they're looking for in terms. And I mean, when you think what we've lost on Brexit, when you think of the cost of the pandemic, when you think of all the things that are happening, that when you think of the inflation now and that sort of thing, you think, for goodness sake, what's going on in the world? So I think the figure mentioned is not what I would call huge money for a massive media asset. What's been built up as a massive media asset? And I personally knew the people that set Channel 4 up. It was great stuff. And I remember they housed the advertising side of Channel 4 within the ITV companies, and they would transmit it. There we go. Now, what have we got here? What's your views on the TV license? Well, it's not, I pay my TV license because you've not really got much choice. You could have the television removed. But I pay my TV license because I quite enjoy a lot of the BBC's output as a certain point of view. So you're getting a lot of radio stations and you're getting several television stations, in some cases too many, I think, for your money, from that point of view. But I don't think it should be obligatory. So there you are. That's what I'm thinking. Perhaps, you see, when the BBC was set up, you were paying your license to the Postmaster General. Yeah, because the government wanted control of the airwaves. But now things have changed. I mean, here are we sitting, probably getting more viewing figures than your average radio television station. Well, radio won't get viewing figures, obviously, but your average one of these television stations that you flick through, that you always scan past, Scottie, if you could be a nom de plume, how long would it take before you apply? A nom de plume. Well, you don't have to apply. A nom de plume is, just as it says, a name of the pen. So writers use a nom de plume. So you might have a writer that's called one thing, but that's not actually their name, you see? And they say, oh, what about, do you read books by Andy Partick? And you say, yeah, he's amazing. I wonder, his real name's Jimmy McCLUE. Do you read books by Andy Partick? Yes, I do. Well, it's not a guy. That's a lady, called Shane O'Van. I mean, the tax name. Oh, I don't know anything about that, numpty head. So there you have it. A nom de plume. You can change your name by deed poll. I know you can do that. Because there was a guy, I think his name was Jimmy McFart, and he thought it was not terribly appropriate. People laughing every time he said, "What's your second name, sir?" It's McFart, Jimmy McFart, you see. And so he changed that name, I know, and he's now Willie McFart. So that was successful, I would imagine. I started writing a book. I'm 64 pages in. Good one, me, Mrs. Woman. McCLUE started writing a book. You'll get chapter 1 on YouTube. Scottie McCLUE, Deliver Us from Evil. You get yourself on there. So there we have it. How we do? Oh my goodness me! I've just seen the time. So 64 pages. That's great. Now, we, Mrs. Woman, once you've written that, you need to look for an agent, a good agent. It's fantastic, and see if you can get that out there. We were just about to publish a book, and we're talking right to the top people, when Scott FM decided to axe the Scottie McCLUE show. How mad was that for them? It was an inconvenience for me at the time as well. But I went home and the phone rang. And this was a big media boss. And he said, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know." He went, "Well, that's a new one on me. That's madness." And then he said, "You'll love this, guys." He said, "I can't start you tomorrow. It'll be Monday now." So I was actually out of work for, I think, 3 days. Was it 2 days or 3 days? I can't remember. So I meant the non-denom. Non-denom. What are you on about? A non-denom? Professor Numpty, you need to do a little bit more in the explanation department, I would say to you. Can you recommend any? Yes, I can, wee Mrs. Woman. I won't be so base as to do it online. But there's a top Scottish agent who's very influential all over the world. So, you could speak to them there in Edinburgh. Just look up literary agents and see there's a lovely book that has got the artist's yearbook, I think it is, something like that. But you'll get stuff online as well and have a look. But they will say to you, if they'll be quite brutal, they'll say, "No, that's not for us, but that doesn't matter. Don't you lose any heart over that." Or they'll say to you, "This is great. Do you have any more?" And if you say, "No, I've only got 64 pages," then that's no use to them because they're wanting to flog the book, you see. So thank you. Not at all, wee Mrs. Women. You're very, very welcome. Because I spoke to one about stuff I'd written, and he was very, very excited. He said, "Scottie, do you have any more of this?" I said, "Well, I need to set it down." He said, "Well, let me know when you've set it down." So there you have it. My book's a bit racy. That's fine, wee Mrs. Woman. So there you are. You'll have people like what was his name now? Oh, the engineer on the Vital Spark, the puffer, Dan. You'll have Dan reading it. He liked Lady Cynthia Strikes Again and all that. I'm only about quarter of the way through it. Excellent wee Mrs. Woman. Well, you get that down there and just have a good read over and have the courage of your convictions, as they say, and start seeing what agents think. A true Scotsman wears boots under his kilt. Correct, John Kelly. But in actual fact, a true Scotsman did not fight in his kilt. In battle, he fought in his short tail. There we are. Wonderful stuff. It's about me, but I've written it as another excellent wee Mrs. Woman. So it's not actually an autobiography, and nobody's going to know. It's wonderful. The names have been changed to protect the innocent. That's what we like. Yes. Any representation to people alive or dead is purely coincidental. That's all that stuff. Brilliant. Thank you, John. Wonderful stuff. Now, who have we got here? Kareem, thank you for sending me these beautiful gifts. Kareem is one of the most generous people on the planet. And I mean, not just generous to Scottie McCLUE on TikTok, generous as a person in the way he thinks and in the way he acts. A very, very kind person, a kind man. Thank you very much. I'm just looking at the time. We've got a few more minutes, and then we shall have to do one. We'll have to disappear. This morning has been an absolute joy, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Just a complete and utter privilege being with you. And I thank you. And thank you for all your lovely gifts. So good of you. It's very, very much appreciated. Did you ever read about the Green Cat Man? Yes, I did, wee Mrs. Woman. Very interesting. Yes, a bit of a soul. Goodbye, Scottie. Take care. Not at all, Kareem. I thank you. I hope you had a safe journey back. And I'm dying to know if you managed to check out the wee ruined chapel at Rothay Marcus. Not easy to say that, where Lord Reith's ashes are scattered. Either scattered or buried. I don't know. I can't quite remember. It's non-dom. It means you don't have to pay tax. You can apply for a non-dom status. If you pay tax in another country, original question. If you're going to have non-dom status, then would you apply for it? Ugh, I get a bit upset at how much tax I've paid over the years. I mean, I've given fortunes to the country, but I don't actually mind paying my tax. Does that make me mad? Am I a simpleton for paying my tax? Non-dom. I've got you now, numpty head. I wasn't sure what you were talking about, but in that context, yes. Because most of your media barons are non-doms. They know they take the money out of the country, but they give nothing back. You see? So that's it. Their businesses are here, but they're registered somewhere else and they don't pay tax. And I think the government should step in and say, listen, you have to pay your tax. If you've made your money here, you have to pay your tax. Never mind your non-dom. Even if you don't live here, if you're making money out the UK and out the people of the UK, pay your tax. Now, donate to charity before tax quarter to keep it from the taxman. I know what you mean, wee Mrs. Woman. Scottie, my favourite man in the world. Good morning. Susie, babe. How lovely to have you with us, and a very good morning to you. And DINKY-DOO from Scottie McCLUE. We've had the most amazing live pop-up this morning. Just incredible. Now then, thank you. Donald Weller, what are you like? Donald's just sent me a treasure box. Is that not just outstanding? Thank you for that, Donald. That is very, very kind of you. Yesterday, you sent me 4. That's 5 treasure boxes you've sent, Donald. I'm just tipping you the wink so that you know how generous you are being to Scottie McCLUE. Fantastic. DINKY-DOO. Thank you very much for following us, everybody. You've not been in my life for a wee while. You missed me, Susie, babe. We always miss you. Even if we're not in your life for a minute, we miss you. Lovely to have you with us. And DINKY-DOO, Donald Weller, what are you like? He's sending me 10 weights. Donald, you're very, very generous. And it's appreciated. It all goes into a pot at the end of the day. Thank you for all your kindnesses. And we've even had people tapping the dollar at the bottom of the YouTube chat and sending me pennies. I mean, that is beautiful. You're such a sweetheart, Scottie. Not at all, wee Mrs. Woman. You're a sweetheart as well. And we love, there are a lot of beautiful people out there. You know, I've told you before, I won't go there. I've only met one bad man in my life. And that was a guy I had the misfortune to work with. And he took most of my life savings off me by hook or by crook. Scottie, I just got into isolation on the first nice day of the holidays. Patrick, I'm so sorry to hear that. And of course, if you're isolating in Barra, you'll have to just stay in the house, I would think. I read about that. Very sad. Not at all, wee Mrs. Woman. We will come back. But there was no need for it, if you know what I mean. And it really, I should never have trusted. That was the problem. It's the trust. See, I've worked with so many people, wee Mrs. Woman, that you could trust. And that's huge. My mother used to say you can beware of a thief, but not a liar. And this person was a thief, a liar, and a cheat. And, had, I would have said, psychopathic tendencies from that point of view, and narcissistic disorder. Karma comes around. Oh, wee Mrs. Woman, does it not just? You see, I've actually witnessed karma in certain situations, almost immediate karma. And it's what I would call social karma. It's somebody that's tried to blank me because they thought they were far more important. They thought they were above me, and I thought, oh, you're not speaking fair enough. And then over comes somebody very, very, very big and gives you a hug or shakes your hand and says, "So lovely to see you, Scottie." And this other dafty is left going, "I didn't know you two knew each other." Oh, yes. So there we are, these things. Should we encourage more electric scooter use in our cities to help reduce pollution? No, numpty heat. It costs a fortune to charge. What we need to encourage is Shanksy's pony. That's what needs to be encouraged, numpty heat. I love it. Oh, wonderful wee Mrs. Women. And of course, I have to keep a straight face. I have to keep a straight face. I mean, I can remember this particular woman. She was kind of halfway up the ladder in television, and she blanked me, but she absolutely worshipped this other person. And then she walked past at an evening dinner, and of course, I was sitting at the table with this other person. So I called her over and introduced her to the other person that she absolutely worshipped. And I've never seen such a laugh in my life. There we have it. Dinky-Doo, karma comes around. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Very important. We've only got another couple of minutes, and then we'll have to push off. I walk everywhere. God never gave me a driving license. He gave me legs. Susie, babe, you keep yourself fit, my dear. That's what it's all about. So there we are. Or as in Aberdeen, they would say, keep yourself fit, like. Fit like. There we are. It's absolutely wonderful, isn't it? Tremendous stuff. Now, who else have we got here? Liam's followed us. Thank you, Liam. Yes, indeed. People think they're superior. It never ends well. It does not, wee Mrs. Woman. And when I'm talking to somebody, say I phone somebody, I never say it's Scottie McCLUE here. Because they might say, sorry, I don't know who you mean. So if I'm talking to somebody, I'll say, I don't know if the name will ring a bell with you. Scottie McCLUE. And 9 times out of 10, they go, oh, I can't believe it's you. All that sort of stuff. Great fun. Good morning, says Susan. Good morning, Susan. And lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. Should we lower the standard age of driving by a few years to stop criminalizing the young? Do you mean the ones that steal cars? I don't think so, numpty head. There we are. You're a national treasure. Oh, wee Mrs. Woman. You're a national treasure. Wait till your book's published. Ooh, fantastic. And I'll get a hot chocolate on here, and you can make one of the hoose. And we can go, cheers. Talking of which, I haven't touched my Scottish water, a large one. Christopher, what are you doing? Brew. Christopher's sending me a huge number of Aprils. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to have to say goodbye to our beautiful TikTokers. Brew, you've just become a top viewer. Christopher, thank you for my 20 beautiful Aprils. And I've got 3,500 likes. How amazing is that? I'm going to have to go, guys. We're out of time. Just remember, I love you. And there's not a thing you can do about it. Oh, Dinky-Doo, stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Have a wonderful day, you too, wee Mrs. Woman. Thanks for following. Thanks for the likes, Chris. It's brilliant. Bye-bye. That's our beautiful, beautiful TikTokers had to leave us because we're running right out of time. How wonderful is this? Thank you so much for joining me this Thursday morning. It's been an absolute blast. These lives are amazing. Follow me on TikTok at Scottie McCLUE. Follow me on Twitter at Scottie McCLUE. I should have had that up so that you can follow us there. I think we've got it here as well. Look at that. I should have left that up all morning. And the YouTube channel has got a new title. I want you to go on there, look up Scottie McCLUE on YouTube, see if you can find it, and leave us a comment, subscribe, and tap the bell. We're out of time. I love you lots. Dinky-doo. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Ta-ta.